You want to talk about a trip in the right-wing bubble. Listen to Megyn Kelly and her panel talk about Jesus and Santa.
Move on, because I want to get to this other topic. So in Slate, they have a piece on .com, Santa Claus should not be a white man anymore. And when I saw this headline, I kind of laughed, and I said, oh, this is so ridiculous. Yet another person claiming it's racist to have a white Santa, you know? And by the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. But, you know, Santa is what he is, and just so you know, we're just debating this because someone wrote about it, kids. Okay, I wanted to get that straight. But Jedediah, when I read the piece, the author seems to have, you know, she's African-American, and she seems to have real pain at having grown up with this image of a white Santa, and she speaks about it kind of honestly, saying, I didn't really understand why that had to be.
Yeah, she wants Santa to be inclusive, and I had the same reaction. Initially, I was thinking, oh, this is more politically correct nonsense, this is hypersensitivity in our culture. And then you read the piece and you really walk through the steps with her. I think it's a tribute to her writing. And you realize if you were a young kid and you were African-American and your Santa Claus was white, it would affect you when you went to school. Maybe you wouldn't feel that you were part of that tradition. Now, she suggests that a penguin should be Santa.
Okay, that's where she goes off the rails.
Well, I think that's kind of interesting, though, to have an animal, which is something that kids love, sort of brings that cartoonish component into it, and I think that makes all kids kind of feel welcome in the process. So I see where she was going with that.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't make all kids feel.
Hey, I like penguins.
It makes all birds feel welcome.
Kids
Monica,
like penguins.
You know, but okay, so I've given her name is Aisha Harris. I've given her her due on where she was going with it, but just because it makes you feel uncomfortable doesn't mean it has to change. You know, I mean, Jesus was a white man too, but you know, it's like he was a historical figure. I mean, that's a verifiable fact, as is Santa. I just want the kids watching to know that. But my point is, how do you just revise it, you know, in the middle of the legacy of the story and change Santa from white to black?
Oh, that's so stupid. I'm trying to think if I think that she really believes what she said. And I kind of think she does. She said, well, Jesus is white. I mean, he's a historical figure. That's a verifiable fact. Oh, Megyn. And her show was billed and promoted as, oh, not like the rest, not like O'Reilly with opinion, not like Hannity, not conservative Republican. We're straight news. Straight news all the time, 100%. Yeah. Now, of course, the reality, as should surprise nobody, because look at the region of the world that Jesus, if he existed, was born in, he would look like this. Yeah, Middle Eastern. I know that drives white people crazy, but look, it shows you how intellectually frail these people are. They need to create a world that's in their own image because it makes them feel more comfortable. So the irony is exactly what Megyn Kelly is railing against the author of the article for is exactly what she's guilty of. Because she's the one who's like, no, for my emotional comfort, I need Santa, I need Jesus to look exactly like me, to be exactly white, because that's how I sleep okay at night. But failing to realize that the flip side of the equation, that, of course, the same thing goes for people of other races and you know, other nationalities, I guess you could say. And Jesus actually was Middle Eastern if he existed. So flippant, just, yeah, no, he's white, duh. Hello, that's what I grew up with, so it has to be true. It reminds me of all these old white men, far-right conservatives, who are like, they're baffled when somebody mentions gay marriage to them. They're like, wait, 2 men? What? 2 women married? But marriage is between a man and a woman. And then you describe to them, no, we get it, but there's like tax rights that go into marriage, and these people just naturally love somebody that has that's the same gender as them, so it's a matter of treating people equal and fairly. Like, no, wait, no. But marriage is between a man and a woman. And you just give up after a while because you realize that people are very ethnocentric and egocentric by nature, especially conservatives, hate to say it. But so what they do is, they're like, no, if this is my experience, it is right by definition. You can't tell me it's wrong because this is what I grew up with. It's like when people, you ever met somebody who's really into music and they're just a total bigot about their opinion in music? Like, no, only music made from 1950 to 1963 is good, everything else sucks. It's terrible, it's horrible. Well, have you ever stopped to think that maybe the reason you think that is because of the time you grew up in and the generation you grew up in, so it's what you were raised with, so you think it's all I knew, it's all I loved, it was a time in my life that I look back on and I admired and I enjoyed and I was happy at the time, that's why I love it? It's like there's no thinking that goes into the way Megyn Kelly thinks. It's just all visceral. It's all like, Jesus is white, it's gotta be white, because I'm white, yeah. And look, the Santa thing, now I don't know if maybe some liberals will disagree with me on this one, I don't know, I don't really care. But when it comes to the Santa thing, I actually I somewhat agree with Megyn Kelly, at least in the sense that for something like Santa, it's a totally fictional character anyway. So do I understand that black people or Hispanic people or whoever might be like, that's fucked up, why can't it be a black dude? Of course I get it, absolutely. But at the same time, can you just change it and be like, no, now it's this. But wait, if Santa is real, which kids are supposed to think they are, right? Then how did Santa get skin pigment change? I don't really get it. So I get it. I'm with her. I wouldn't change it just because it's been like that for so long. But the Jesus comment shows you how insular they are and how it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.